Kaala Bhairava, welcome to CNN News 18.
Well, thank you, Ji. Thank you, Vishal Ji. Hope you're doing great.
Very good. Thank you. You're the star of the movement, man of the movement. Kaala, first, congratulations are in order for the big Oscar nomination for your
Thank
song
you.
Naatu Naatu, which is
Yeah,
nominated in the Best Original Song category.
yeah.
Were you able to sleep last night? How you celebrated the big nomination with family?
Yeah, with family. So whenever we have, joyous moments like this, it's always with family. We celebrate and we all come together and stay in one place, and we just share our happiness together. So that's how it was last night too.
You know, a Golden Globe win, a Critics' Choice Award, and now this big Oscar nomination.
Yeah,
You know, you of course were there when in LA when Globes were announced.
yeah.
You know, we saw Rihanna passing and giving like waving it at the team of
Congratulating. Yeah,
RRR.
yeah.
Uh, you know, when Naatu Naatu of course has won in the Best Original Song category.
Yeah.
How was the experience of attending the Globes for you?
It was I wasn't there at the event at the Golden Globes.
Yeah.
Actually, I attended the Critics' Choice Awards and the LA Film Critics Circles Awards. I wasn't there
Okay.
at the Golden Globes, but yeah, to answer to your question, to be there personally and to get the opportunity to actually absorb the reactions Americans were giving for the love they were showing for the movie and for the song Naatu Naatu, and it was very very overwhelming, Jay, because this was something, frankly, to be honest, we never imagined. The kind of reception it's getting, and it's been getting since months now, and it's something we never imagined. And yeah, it was just a pleasure, to watch them cheering for a few high moments in the scenes, and cheering for the characters, and shouting, dancing to the songs, and the amount of praise and love they're showing. It was just too much. It was very very overwhelming.
You know, you of course have interacted with a lot of stalwarts from Hollywood and the
Yeah,
press there.
yeah.
Do you now know what is it about this song that actually established a connection with the audiences in the West?
I feel, Ji, to be honest, not just Naatu Naatu, any song which they connect to, like from world music, apart from the pop culture, apart from the Hollywood, apart
Yeah.
from the Western American and UK songs, I feel they, knowingly or unknowingly, they connect to the originality and the nativity of that particular song. So when it comes to Naatu Naatu, I feel it is a very, 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 a native, bounded to nativity kind of a song, where the characters, where the culture is shown, reflected in every aspect of the song, be it the lyric, or be it the composition, be it the scale in which the song was composed. So I feel, even if the song sounds alien to a few Westerners, it is the originality and it is the nativity to which they connect ultimately.
So then please give us few lines of Naatu Naatu.
Sure, with pleasure. పొలం గట్టు దుమ్ములోన పోట్ల గిత్త దూకినట్టు పొలేరమ్మ జాతరలో పోతరాజు ఊగినట్టు నాటు 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 వీర నాటు 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 ఊర నాటు 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 పచ్చిమిరపలాగా పిచ్చ నాటు 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 విచ్చు కత్తిలాగా వెర్రి నాటు.
Oh, nice. You know, Kala, this song surely has opened floodgates for Indian cinema in the West. And do you find people coming to you and checking out your other hits and showing deep interest in other Indian movies when you were there in LA?
Yeah, Ji, it happened. It happens. I mean, it's very natural. If a song or a movie gets popular, it's only the very basic instinct of a movie lover, to check out that artist's previous works and other works, and what else he or she is into. So yeah, that has happened. And even when it comes to Rajamouli Garu, I call him Baba, so I'll just address him as Baba.
Yeah, yeah.
So the same thing happened with Baba also, because a lot of Americans and a lot of movie lovers worldwide, globally, they're now watching all his previous movies, Bahubali 1 and 2, and then Ega, and then Magadira. So yeah, that's very natural for
Yeah.
it to happen like that. Yeah,
Kala, you yourself is a composer.
yeah.
Your father, Keeravani, is a legend whose tunes and music is equally famous in Hindi cinema, like in Telugu.
Mm.
Few days ago, it was the 20-year anniversary of his Hindi film Just, which is
Mm.
actually known for his song, for its song,
Jadoo Hai
especially
Nasha
the
Hai.
song Jadoo Hai Nasha Hai.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How much influence your dad music has on you, or do you think you have a new way of looking at the music?
When it comes to music, ever since I was a really a young kid, ever since my early childhood, I have to admit that the person who, whose influence I got the most on myself as a person, as a composer, and on my music was, and it's still always my nana, was my father. And when it comes to music, when it comes to composing, I think there's no other person in this world whom I look up to as much as I look up to him. So influence is something which it's not a very conscious act. I mean, we don't really try to get influenced by someone. We just do.
Yeah.
So when I look at it that way, yeah, I can't deny that I've been influenced by him and his music over the years, ever since my childhood. So that is, yeah, I've got a lot of influence by, because I admire him that much.
Do you also share a close bond with NTR Junior,
Yeah,
especially after Naatu Naatu? Do you
yeah.
think you are his most preferred singing voice on screen?
Funny thing is, even before Naatu Naatu, I've actually sung another song for him, for
Yeah,
his one of his previous movies. The song is titled Peniviti. So that was a chartbuster. That was one of the biggest hits of the year in
yeah,
2018.
yeah.
So even back then, when that song was released, everyone, each and everyone, all his fans and all the movie lovers, everyone were, very strongly opinionated that my singing, my voice matched his face perfectly. Like it is so apt. It was almost as if he himself was singing the song on the
Oh,
screen.
wow.
So I was actually pleasantly surprised, because when it comes to listening to my own voice on the screen, I can't, so strongly judge my voice, because it's too much of myself to see where I can't judge it clearly. So yeah, and the same thing happened with RRR, where I actually sang two songs. G,
Yeah.
one is Naatu Naatu and another one Komuram Bhimudo, which he sings in the second half of the movie in the very intense situation. So the same thing, the same kind of response I got, because they were everyone felt that it is so perfectly matching his himself, that it's as if he himself was actually singing that song. So even again, I was surprised, because everyone's feeling, but because it's my voice, maybe I'm not able to, feel so strongly like I do with other voices.
Then please give us a few lines of another song which you sang for Junior NTR.
Yeah, yeah, sure. This was the song Komrom Bimudo, which he sings to himself, where he doesn't want to, surrender, because where he's telling his conveying his emotions to his people. It goes like this: కొమురం భీముడో కొర్రాసు నెగడోలే మండాలి కొడుకో కొమురం భీముడో రగరాగా సూరీడై రగలాలి కొడుకో.
Kala, you always wanted to be a singer, and what is it like growing in a house surrounded by music? Your father, of course, has been giving music from last 30 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because I grew up in a house where there were filmmakers all over, and everyone were into films. So naturally, I grew up, being very, very interested in movies, very, very interested. And ever since I was a kid, I just couldn't, it just happened that I just couldn't imagine myself doing any other thing, any other job apart from, being in the music industry. So it was not like I was, somehow tuned to do that, or somehow, encouraged to do music, but it just came from within, that I never saw myself doing anything apart from music. And yeah, I sing too. And but something which a lot of people don't know is I got my break as a playback singer first,
Yeah,
then a composer. I
yeah,
got my a break as a playback singer in 2017, and then I got my break as a music director in 2019. So
yeah.
what many people have this idea is that I was always, I always wanted to be a singer, and then I also happened to do composing. But
Yeah.
the truth is the exact reverse. Uh,
Other way around.
I always wanted to be a music director, music
Oh,
composer. That was my main ambition in life. Singing, it was totally unexpected. Me getting my break as a singer, it is so, singing is for me, it's just like a, a very very, a sidekick. It's like a sidekick to my composing. Something, it's, I see it as a tool which helps me do my composing work better, like in a more efficient way. So that's how it is exactly.
but now we don't want you to just composing. We want you to keep singing songs and giving us hits after hits. But
Yes.
Kala, when you record a song, do
Mhm.
you stress more about getting the feeling right, or are you the one who gives importance to the perfection in the voice quality,
No, Ji, the first one, definitely the first one.
getting the feeling right?
Yeah, yeah. I focus. In fact, I hyper focus. I tend to hyper focus on the expression of the voice of the particular line or the phrase which is being recorded. When I feel that, the mood, the expression, and the depth is actually conveyed when the singer, renders that line. I don't, I try my best not to go into the very minute details and get it like down to perfect to the tiniest bit. No, I try to avoid that. But because, as you said, yeah, I give my main priority to the expression, to the feel.
But now this is a bit technical. Do
Okay.
you think screaming and frequent talking can affect or strain single vocal cords? And
Yeah.
is there a mode, singing mode, that you like over others?
Yeah, it definitely does. What happens for a singer is, Vishalji, when it comes to, it's not exactly about screaming and, stressing your voice. Uh, the way how singers' voices get affected is when they are actually uh, screaming or, shouting at the higher pitches, higher frequencies
Okay.
in a non-musical manner.
Okay.
Because yeah, when you're actually shouting where there's no melody or music in it, when it comes to, because there were many songs I myself recorded, I sang for other composers where I had to, shout at the top of my voice because the song required that kind of energy, and my voice never gets affected because whatever I'm shouting, whatever I'm singing, however higher the pitch is, it is musical in some way because it's
Yeah.
got a tune, it's got a melody. As long as you're actually feeling a melody and, trying, it doesn't affect your voice. But when you talk too much and when you stress your voice, when you shout or, scream at the top of your voice, yeah, it's ultimately, your vocal cords, getting very affected by it.
So do you take regular vocal naps, like you in a day you
Yeah,
keep
yeah,
yourself
yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah. There are a few kind of rituals which I do on my recording days. And very simple things. Very simple things. I do a few breathing exercises, and I do a few throat exercises, and I avoid a few things on my recording days like caffeine, and there are a few things like cold drinks and everything. So I really love coffee. So the first thing I do after I'm done with my recording is have a cup of coffee. I don't have coffee before the recordings, but after the recording, so yeah, with the satisfied feel that I've done this recording.
Is there a type of music that you find yourself more inclined towards over others?
Yeah, more inclined. It depends. Music for me is very, very, very mood specific. Very mood specific. For example, I really love a song. I really love a song. But when I'm in a particular mood, there's no way I can listen to that song. You won't believe. It's just not possible because, as I said, music is like someone. It's like a person you want to hang out with, in a very different situation. If you have a best friend, whom you really, gel with. But at the same time, if you happen to be at a place where, where it's not the place not exactly vibing or matching with your company, it's difficult, to hang out the same way like how you do at other places. So for me, music is like that.
Did you also get a chance to meet and talk to James Cameron? He of course praised film music at Critics' Choice Award.
Yeah, no, I didn't get the chance because you know, it was such a blurry moment for all of us. And then I just stood there. I just stood behind. I was just enjoying the moment, watching Baba and Nana, talk with James sir. And yeah, as I said, those are moments where they're so exciting that you actually it becomes very blurry and you don't remember the details of what happened. It all happened so fast.
Which are the other Hollywood personalities you met who were in awe of this spectacle called RRR?
uh, Mostly, I met more people related to the sound department. Happened to
Okay.
meet Mr. Ross, who is a very popular, sound designer in Hollywood. So he was the one who was involved in mixing for so many big movies, so many major blockbusters. And yeah, most people I met were people related to the sound department, to the music department. And then yeah, whoever Baba and Nana met, you must be knowing already, like Steven Spielberg sir, and yeah, so many other people.
And finally, your father gave such a moving speech at the Globes. He
Mm-hmm.
even acknowledged the contribution of song producer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You think we're going to see a dance performance of Naatu Naatu at the Academy Awards?
We're hoping to. They might be definitely very feeling very positive about it, and I think it'll be really awesome if that happens. Yeah.
Kara, looking forward to many more hits from you. Thank you
Thank
so much
you.
and best of luck.
Thank you, Vishal. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.